Welcome back. Laredo has a support group for those who suffer from celiac disease, and as May being the month to raise awareness on this condition, we speak to our own Aunt Hutyra, who was also diagnosed with celiac disease. And so good afternoon. Thank you for coming with us here this in the noon show. But this is going to be really cool because, you know, every month you guys have a different topic in your support group, but this one we're talking about skin and how it affects if you do have celiac disease.
Exactly. You know, May being Celiac Disease Awareness Month, it's a topic that's of course very important to me. I was diagnosed almost 5 years ago, and I was diagnosed actually by a dermatologist here, Dr. Robert Hudson, because my symptoms were all skin related.
Right.
And a lot of people kind of miss those telltale signs. I mean, I broke out in this horrible rash that I had for almost a year that wouldn't go away no matter what I tried. And we went through all types of ointments and medications and creams, and it would just never go away until we finally figured out that it was celiac disease. And of course, once I went on a gluten-free diet, it finally went away, and then I can lead, you know, a normal, happy, regular life again. But there were some signs before that I never had noticed. That my skin was always incredibly dry, no matter how much lotion I put on it. I always had itchy skin and rough skin, and those can all be symptoms of your body not working well with gluten. So we have a support group here in Laredo that a lot of people may not be aware of, but we were previously associated with the Celiac Disease Foundation. We are now with the Gluten Intolerance Group. They're a national, an international, I should say, nonprofit. And so we fall under them now, and we have Dr. Robert Hudson, who's going to come to our meeting on Thursday and talk about some of the different skin issues we can have.
Now, something that people need to know about this is the fact that there are, like you said, there are signs that maybe you're not really familiar with, and you probably think it's normal, but there are signs not necessarily just with your skin. There's stuff that, you know, inside, whether you eat something.
When we're talking about celiac disease, there are more than 300 symptoms. So your classic symptoms are going to be your gastrointestinal, your bloating, and your diarrhea, your constipation, and things like that. But a large number of people with celiac disease never have those symptoms. I never had those symptoms, so I never knew to even consider celiac disease. I didn't even know what it was because my symptoms were all kind of odd symptoms. I had migraines, I had joint pain every single day when I woke up. So all of these little symptoms are also signs of celiac disease.
Now, if anyone maybe has questions, you know, I know that some doctors maybe don't go that route right away, and I think that's something that you had uncovered, you know, from the very beginning. But, you know, can people get tested for it? You know, how can people just take a proactive measure
Excuse me, a lot of doctors won't test for it unless you ask for it. So I encourage you to, if you think gluten may be an issue for you, to go online, to research. You're also welcome to come to our support group meetings. We meet once a month. Do your own research and then ask your doctor to test you for it. And your doctor should be able to test you for it. It is a blood test, and it's not 100% accurate, and that's part of the struggle in people getting diagnosed. For the average celiac, it takes 5 to 10 years to get a concrete diagnosis because the testing is just not at the caliber that it should be. And there's been extensive research done on this. So you may test negative the first time, continue having symptoms, test years later, and test positive. So it can be a real challenge for a lot of people to actually stick through getting a diagnosis. But it doesn't hurt to ask your doctor to test you, especially this month being Celiac Disease Awareness Month.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you know, something that we were talking about is the food, you know, what you're eating, things like that. And Anne, you have some of your favorite recipes that you're going to be talking to us about, of course, after the break. And she's going to show us how to make some very easy to-go snacks, even for your kids, if you even want to be on a gluten diet. But she's going to do that after the break. We'll be right back.